was selected for Qualcomm, and basically first of all I was offered an intern at Qualcomm. It came to our campus in our third year, first semester, and thereafter after doing my intern, I was given a job offer from there. So first of all, the procedure. First was shortlisting based on the resumes, and the basic criteria was CGPA, which was 8 above. CGPA was required for this, and the branches for which the company was open were electrical, electronics and computer science, and the IDDs for these branches. And then after this, all those resumes that were about 8 were shortlisted, and then we had one online test. That consisted of basically two parts. One part was quants, which was common for all the streams. Quant, it contained moderate to a majority questions were moderate, some on the easy side and 2-3 on the harder side. And the other part was different, for like it came for 3 profiles basically: VLSI, software development, and one for electrical. I can't actually recapitulate the exact name, but the second section was different for all. Like for VLSI it was a different exam altogether, for software it was different, and for the other thing it was different. And I was selected for the software stream. So the topics that were covered were computer architecture, computer networks, and basic coding questions, like a code was given and to tick the output, and coding questions, a bit about computer architecture, cache, and questions related to memory and memory mapping and directories and all those things. Computer computer networks, some basic algorithms of computer networks, and yeah, that is one more thing. Algorithms was also some questions of algorithm, like the complexity of some algorithms, like complexity of binary tree and linked list. Let's say for example complexity of these things, and some algorithm was like some code was given and we were asked to take the right complexity among the given choices. So that was one of the questions, and that's all I can remember. After the online examination, around 35 students were shortlisted, and among those, like there were 2 rounds of interviews. First was technical interview, and the second round was HR interview. Both interviews were one-on-one, and both were elimination rounds. Talking about the technical interview first, I was asked questions first of all regarding to my project. That time I was doing a project on image processing. So basically I was asked what was the basic idea underlying the project, what was the utility of the project, and how is it beneficial in the long term, and all those things. So I told him exactly what was going through my mind and the utility and all those things. Then he asked some basic questions about programming, like binary tree and complexity of binary tree, and insertion of elements in binary tree, and deletion of elements from doubly linked list. And then he talked about basic concepts of OOPS, like how is it different from other languages, and some questions from computer architecture. And yeah, one particular question I remember was we discussed around 5 to 10 minutes on the same thing: importance of cache in the web browsers, and how is it beneficial, and what will be the outcome of like putting a cache there, all those things. That is all I remember about the technical interview. Finally, it was an HR round, and it was also a one-to-one round, and it was also elimination round. Around 8 to 10 people were selected for the HR round, and 6 of us finally got selected. In HR round, she asked me about some general question testing of like confidence, how I turned up into IIT, and my family background, and how engineering came to my mind, and how I started preparing for it, all those things, like simple questions. And then yeah, one important question was, why would I like to join Qualcomm? So I had already thought of this answer, and I told her that for intern purpose I'll be having 2 choices, like going for a research intern or going for an intern in some company where I'll be facing some company environment, all those things. And I told her that I would prefer going for a company intern because that is what I'll be interested of doing in future, because I was not very much interested in research work. So I preferred a company intern because I had to go for a job after completing my graduation. That is all about the HR interview. About my intern experience, on the first day I was allotted a mentor and a manager, and my team was BT and FM automation team, and the project I was allotted was first of all to automate. There was some device that they used for radio waves, like to send radio waves to some mobile phones. So I had to first automate that, and then I had to build a testing app basically for the Android. I used to work on Android platform, so I had to make one testing app that could measure certain parameters for this FM app, and that was the work I had been given. So first of all, in the first week, my mentor gave me some white papers and some background about what all these things were and how to involve it, and gave me some codes to just go through, so that I had some basic idea in my mind what I had to do. Then onwards, we used to have weekly meetings, sometime in a week or sometimes every 2 weeks, where my mentor and my manager both used to sit with us. Basically, we were two of us under the same mentor, and so the two of us interns and my mentor and my manager, we used to sit and discuss what we had done and what would be the progress of the work in the due course of time. And all through my intern, my mentor was with me. Like for other interns, it was like they used to update their mentor after like a week or so. But since I had most of my work was based in lab, so my mentor was always with me. So, and presentation wise, I think there were 2 times when I was asked to give a presentation. Once when some foreign delegates, they visited the office, and they were analyzing the work done by each team. So from my team, there were other 8 to 10 employees, and amongst them we also had to tell them what we had to do and simulate all the programs. And the second time was after some time when my manager asked me to give a presentation, but that was in mid of my intern. And for other interns, it was at the end of their intern, they had to give their presentations to their mentor and the managers both. And then finally there was an HR interview, wherein we were asked, we were directly asked questions whether we would like to join Qualcomm in future or not. And I think based on those answers and the work done throughout the intern, the final selection process was made, and final results were announced. As far as interview process is concerned, I would say that one must be true, and you always mention in your resume whatever is true, whatever you can explain, because once you get stuck, you'll come to know that this is not the genuine thing that you have done, and that will be the end of your interview. So be genuine, be confident, and be thorough about your basics and some important topics like computer networks and programming languages, computer architecture, and for intern, I would say that one must be in constant touch with the mentor and the manager, and one must give full record of what one has done, and should be in constant contact. Like if you have some problem, just go directly and ask, because the work environment is so nice that no one will say no to you. Even when I used to go to some unknown person, he never used to say no, or either mentor, I'm busy or something. They were ready to help anytime you go to them. So be frank, go to them and ask them questions. They'll definitely answer you, because the more time you take solving your problems, the more it will delay your project and final outcome will not be good. So I would advise, if you have any problem, just go directly to your mentor or manager, ask them for some time, they'll surely help you. Don't keep the thing lingering on, because that will not result